Hello, hello. It is Erica with Holy Rustic and Redheaded Princess Designs. And I am here to paint our DIY kit of the month, which is this super cute Living Life in Flip Flops sign. So I've got my kit here and I'm just grabbing a few paint colors. So come in, say hey, let me know how your Tuesday is going. I definitely meant to get this painted sooner than today, but the end of the school year, life just kind of got a little lifey and I did not get it done. But here we are. So hopefully by now you have received your kit. If you haven't, let me know. If your payment has already drafted, you should have gotten your kit, but it does seem that maybe we're having some troubles with either UPS or USPS. I haven't figured it out yet, but had a couple people message me saying that their order says that it has shipped, but there's not any tracking information. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on there. And I'm going to be looking into that here in just a little bit more. So if you're missing yours, just send me a message and we will figure out what's going on. We're going to start with the base, and we're going to do the base in just a khaki color. So I'm bringing my brush on and I'm just going over top of all the words and everything. Those are just there to show you where to put your pieces. As long as you put your paint on fairly thin and smooth, you should not have any issues being able to see those etched lines. So I'm going in, I've got this, it's kind of a tan, soft suede color, and we're just painting that up. And you will see in the picture, the inspiration picture, the sign is sitting on an easel, which you could totally do. But we also punched holes in this so that you can hang it if you prefer to hang your piece. And looks like I'm picking up a little bit of blue from somewhere on my plate here. Maybe a little bit more brown. So we're just giving everything a quick coat of tan for our base. And then we'll come in and add the weathered look that you see in the picture. All right, so I've got a quick coat of tan on there. I'm going to take that I've got a nice flat brush, and I'm just going to load it with a little bit of white. When I load my paintbrush, I'm flipping it and flattening it out as I load that white, and I'm going to go right over top where those shiplap lines are. I've got my paintbrush up on its tiptoes, and I'm just following the etched lines wherever they are. And then I'm just going to wipe my brush off. And without adding any more paint, I'm going to pull back and forth across in that space just to kind of lighten that up a little bit. I am going to add a little bit more paint down here at the bottom where my paint has dried a little bit. You could also get your brush a little damp. We just want just a little bit of highlight there on those lines. And then we're going to come in and dry brush a little bit of white. So in your kit, you have a 1-inch chip brush, which I don't see over here. This is a 1/2 inch. Yours is bigger than this one, but it'll be just fine for what I want to show you. So we're going to grab a little bit of white, and I'm just going to kind of tap that off on the side so I don't have a ton of paint on my brush. And then we're going to drag it back and forth across to give us that nice kind of weathered look. You do want to be sure that underneath layer is fairly dry before you do this, or you're going to mix the paint and end up with a different color. So just make sure that bottom layer is dry, and then I'm just going back and forth. And you don't want very much paint on your brush. It's easier to add it little bits at a time rather than trying to put all the paint on there at once. And we get this nice little weathered look for our board. We're going to move that over to the side. We're going to grab our makeup sponge and our words, Living Life In, and then our 2 flowers. And all of this is going to be white. So we're going to take our makeup sponge. I use the rectangle end of it just offload. So kind of dab your sponge over on the side so you don't have a ton of paint on there. And then we're just tapping straight up and down onto our piece. So this is our DIY kit of the month. It's our brand new subscription box that we added last month. You can grab this on the website. These kits are exclusive to this box, so you won't be able to get them on the website unless you're in the club. And if you join by the end of the month, you will get this month's kit. So it's just a fun little way to have something delivered to your door that you can paint up pretty easily and quickly. Inside the box, we're going to include whatever tool you might need. So this month it's a chip brush. It was a chip brush last month as well. And then we're also going to include all your paint, a makeup sponge that you can use to do these little details with, an inspiration photo, step-by-step written instructions, and then you're going to get the access to this video instruction as well. I know that some people really enjoy having the videos to be able to paint along with. So that is the one thing that we're focusing on with this subscription box, is that you get the video to do your project. Just giving these all a quick second coat of that white. I want to be sure that it's nice and vibrant. I'm going to give them a quick dry. And then once you do your project, we would love to see it. If you want to comment in the video with a picture, or you can add your picture on our Craft Kits group on Facebook. It is our free group that you can join. It's just a great place to hang out with other crafters, get inspiration for switching up your colors, and to show off your projects. We also do offer special sales and deals inside that group just for our VIP members. So it's a free group. You can find it over on Facebook, Holy Rustic Craft Kits group, and you'll be able to just join that. All right, so just giving everything another coat of white. I didn't let that first coat dry very well, so my second coat wasn't very vibrant. All right, that looks much better. And I'm going to paint this just like the picture so that you guys can see what it looks like, but you can always change up your colors however you want. I'm going to grab that makeup sponge. We're going to pick up a little bit of our hot pink to do our flip-flops. So the word, not the actual flip-flops, but the words flip and flops. And I did not clip the sponge because I had the white on there. I wasn't worried about my paint being a little bit lighter if some of my white mixes. So we're just going right in with the pink. And I'm just dabbing straight up and down. That pink's covering pretty well. I don't think we're going to need another coat of that. That looks really good. Perfect. All right. And then the straps on our flip-flops are also that pink color. So we'll go ahead and do those up as well. This one is so cute and super easy to do. Let me know in the comments, are you a flip-flop kind of girl? I love my flip-flops in the summertime. I personally hate shoes, and so flip-flops are great because it's like not having shoes at all. All right, we're going to clip our makeup sponge. I can find my scissors here. There they are. Hiding over here. So when I'm done with the sponge, all I do is I clip the end just straight across, and now I have a sponge that I can use for a different color. And we can just toss that pink part over there. All right, so our flip-flops are blue and yellow. We're going to do the middles sections of our stripes with our yellow. Gather all those up. Perfect. And the centers of our flowers, we're going to do those in yellow as well. So I'm just going to grab that yellow on my sponge. Yellow tends to be pretty transparent, so we're definitely going to need 2 coats of yellow. there is one color that I hate painting with, yellow would be it. It never covers very well. It always needs tons of coats. I don't know. I was not a fan of yellow. All right. We're just painting all these pieces up. You could also tape these down with a piece of painter's tape if that's easier, so you don't have to worry about them flying all over and getting paint all over your fingers. I'm gonna grab a little bit more yellow, give these a quick dry, and then we'll do a second coat. And we're gonna grab a little bit more yellow and do another coat of yellow on these so that they're nice and bright. Our last day of school for my kiddo was a Friday, so we are definitely feeling that summer swing here. Well, it does not feel like summer outside. I don't know what is going on with our weather around here, but it's been very rainy and unusually cool. I'm not complaining, but it doesn't quite feel like summer yet. We had a couple of days that were very summer-ish, but we've gone back to what feels more like spring. All right, there is our second coat of yellow. Let's kind of move those over to the side so they can finish drying. I'm going to clip my sponge one more time, and we're going to come in and paint our flip-flops. So I've got a bright kind of tealy blue here. And we're painting that outside edge of our flip-flops and the blue stripes. I love this file because it makes it so easy to paint the stripes on the flip-flops, so you don't have to worry about any messy lines because they're different pieces. So it makes it easy to paint them. All right, we'll give that a quick dry. We'll do another coat. And then we'll be ready to glue everything down. So don't forget, your DIY kit of the month includes a 20% off coupon code that you can use anytime during the month on any item in our shop. So you can grab that 20% off, like an extra little bonus, which makes these kits, this subscription box is such a great deal and such a no-brainer because you're getting everything you need for a whole project, which is exclusive. You're getting the video instructions and detailed written instructions, and you're getting that 20% off code. And of course, all of our kits always include all the paint, a makeup sponge, glue, everything you need to do your project. So it's just open the box and have fun. I'm just touching up a few little spots here as I dry. Those are looking pretty cute. And you could change these up and do them in whatever colors you like. If you, you know, like purple or whatever your favorite color is, you can make your flip-flops whatever colors you want. I'm doing them like the picture because that is what we included in your box. So I just want to make sure that you can do them just like the photograph. All right, so here we are. Here is our base. Pull that back over here. And I'm going to grab some glue. I have my E6000 glue here. Now I will say we've been having trouble getting the E6000 in. So you may have a similar glue in your kit that doesn't exactly say E6000. It's kind of like an off-brand E6000. It's going to operate the same way as the E6000. It has a dry time on it. You want to make sure you let everything lay flat for 24 hours. And we're putting on just a little bit of glue. We don't need a ton. Just running it right along the edge of those pieces, almost like you're putting on lipstick. There we go. So we've got living life, and then our word flip-flops. Cute. I'm just lining that up with my etched lines. That helps me know where to put my words. There we go. Now we're going to put our flip-flops over here. So I'm just going to add some glue. This way I don't have to worry about trying to put glue on each one of those little pieces. All right, so there's our glue. And we'll lay down our flip-flop base. And then we'll put in the stripes. I do not paint the edges of my pieces. Our laser leaves a nice burned edge all the way around, and I like that look. But if you prefer, you could paint your pieces. It's totally up to you. However you want them to look. Just know if you paint all the edges, especially on these little pieces that are going in the middles here, you might have a little bit tighter fit. So just be careful depending upon how thick you put your paint on. It may change the way that your pieces fit. Okay, before we put the straps on our flip-flops, I want to give these a little bit of dry brushing as well. So I'm going to take that chip brush. We're going to take a little bit of white and I'm just going to kind of tap it off over on the edge. I want those bristles to look like that, like a crazy all wigged out. It helps, I think, give it a better look. And I'm just going to pull back and forth across the flip-flops, left to right, back and forth, just to give these a little bit of a weathered look here. I love that. I like that teal. That really pops. Okay, let's put on the straps. Whoops. So again, we're just running, need a bit of glue, and then we're just matching those up. I think that one goes there. And this one goes here. Nope, I got those backwards. All right. There we go. That one goes over there. And this one goes on this side. Perfect. And then we've got our flowers and the middles of the flowers. So we'll just put these little guys on here. Cute. Look how fast and simple this was. And there's our little flowers. Perfect. All right. Easy peasy. We can add a few little details if we want. I'm going to grab my liner brush and some white and come in and just do, oh, there's a lot of water in that brush. Hold up. You always want to make sure you pull your brushes out, wipe this ferrule part off here. That's this metal part on your paintbrush. A lot of times, especially on your smaller brushes, the water will bead up on top of there. And then as you're pulling the brush, the water just falls off. So just a quick little tip there. All right, we're going to come down that flip-flop strap. And do a couple of our little dots here. We'll do the same thing on this side. You don't have to overthink it. You can put these little details wherever you want. Just kind of helps add a little pizzazz to your piece. I always say it helps kind of draw your eye around as well as you're looking at it. I feel like my words need a little something, but they're pretty thin, so I don't know if this is going to work the way I want it to. But if we don't like it, we can always come back and just repaint them. It's just paint. So don't overthink it, because if you don't like it, you can always paint over top of it. But I feel like these look pretty plain over here and they need just a little something. I might throw a few little swoops around on my circle. Maybe a couple of dots here and there. Oh, that dot got really large. It's okay. Whose phone? There are more important things in life to stress about than paint, so don't let it stress you out. It's just paint. All right, what do we think? I feel like my words could use a little pizzazz here. So let's bring some of this pink in. And I could use a smaller brush. That would probably help my endeavors here, but I've already got this one in my hand, so we're just rolling with it. We're just adding a few little swipes and swoops to these guys. What do we think? Not sure I love the pink, but we're going to just embrace it. It will be fun. All right, so there is our DIY kit of the month. You can add your string, you can hang it, you can set it up on the mantle. I just smeared that dot. That's okay. Whatever you want to do with it. I'd love to see your kit when you get it finished. Post that in our craft kit. No. Yes, Holy Rustic Craft Kit group. Sorry, my brain froze for a second. But you can post that over there. We'd love to see your finished product. Don't forget you've got your 20% off coupon code, which you can use. But how cute is that for summer? It's so bright and fun. I absolutely love it. And I can't wait to see yours. I hope you're having a great kick off to summer because it was Memorial Day yesterday and summer is officially here. I can't wait to see what we paint again next month in our DIY kit of the month subscription box. If you're looking for more information, click the link in the video and you'll be able to find where you can join our DIY kit of the month club. So have a great day, y'all.